Today we're going to talk about alternate picking. Alternate picking is where you have up and down strokes used in quick concessions so you can pick a lot faster. So say for instance I had a downstroke, up, down, then you can pick a lot faster. So every movement is opposite to the movement you did before in the pick. And in this video we're going to go through two key aspects of how to alternate pick and what makes it easier, and two exercises that you can practice to get better at alternate picking. So the first aspect is pick slanting. So say for instance I'm alternate picking on the high E string and I have my pick perfectly parallel with the string. It's much harder because I'm pushing against the string with the flat edge of my pick. So if I were to just tip my pick a little bit like that, then suddenly it becomes much easier. So I'm picking through the string, not against, as I'm using the thinner edge instead of the flat edge of the pick. So the reason this makes it much easier, and I'll say again, because I'm using the thin edge, which is quite rounded off as well, to push through the string, instead of using the flat side to push against the string. So there's much more resistance with the flat side compared to the thin rounded off edge. And using this you'll be picking much faster and much more freer with a lot less struggle than using the flat side. So the second aspect is economy of motion. Say for instance I'm doing some chugs on the low string. There's a lot of motion there which I don't need. And I can't pick as fast as if I were to just go with a lot less motion. So I'm almost massaging the string. I'm staying very, very close to the string and I'm going back very, very quickly. This helps you pick a lot faster because you have much less distance to get to and from to actually strike the string. So by doing this I have, I don't know, an extra centimetre than if I were to just go here. And I'm pretty much touching the string the whole time. And I'm also using the very tip of the pick as well. I'm not using very much of the pick, like literally just the tip, which also helps. But economy of motion is very important because if you're using too much motion, you'll have a much larger gap for the pick to travel to actually reconnect with the string again. Whereas if I'm just going with this, then there's barely any distance for it to travel. When you can pick a lot better, and it's also more controlled as well. Because if I'm just doing a scale, I might hit an extra string that I might not want to. So if I stay very, very close to the string and basically massage it, then I'm not going to strike any other strings. I'm going to pick a lot faster with much more control. A great way to practice, and this is an extra exercise you could do on top of the other two, but a great way to practice economy of motion is to practice galloping. So to do this, you need to have very, very little movement so you can actually get the gallop up to speed. Now we're going to move on to the two exercises that you can practice to get much better at alternate picking. The first exercise is going to go like this. So I'm going to be using this shape. It's going to be 7, 9, 11, 7, 9, 11, 8, 9, 11, 8, 9, 11, 9, 11, 12, 9, 11, 12. Now the same motion and rhythm is going to be used throughout the entire exercise. So I'm just going to demonstrate it on the two bottom strings and then you can put it all together. So we're going to have 7, 9, 11, 7, 11, 9, 7, then walk back up. And that's where that movement ends and you repeat it. Now the picking movement. So every time you change to a higher string, you're going to have an upstroke. So for instance, this is how the first bit goes. Downstroke, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then you repeat it. We can also do this on the way down, which will sound like this. So the pick movement is going to be pretty much the same. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Then that's where you repeat. So we're going to do it slowly again. This exercise is really good because when you have the upstroke, when you change strings, there's a little bit of a string skip, so there you can gain more control when you're alternate picking. That's what it is. A lot of the time you have to use a little bit of a string skip when you're alternate picking, and that's why a lot of the time people in like 3 note per string scales use economy picking, because you'll have down, up, down, down, so you can use economy of motion there as well. But it's just alternate picking, so we're practicing alternate picking. So that's why we have the string skip. Now the second exercise is basically taking any shape you want. I'm going to use sweeping arpeggios, but you can take any scale, anything you want. And instead of just playing, for instance, we're going to have 2 strikes per note. So it will be like this. And you can use this with any scale, so for instance, minor scale. I'm going to give you an example of what I like to do, which involves 3 different arpeggios, and then you can either use that or make up your own exercise. So to start off with, the first shape, we're going to have this shape, which will be 8, 12, 10, 9, 10, 8, 12. And obviously we're going to double up on the striking. Then we're going to have this shape. Which will be 5, 8, 7, 5, 6, 5, 8. And again, double up on the picking. And last but not least, this shape. But we're going to perform it a little bit differently to how we sweep it. Instead of having the bar on the middle finger, we're going to use our 3 fingers, our index, middle and ring, and finger them like that. So it'll look like this. And then obviously double up on the picking. The reason I use the 3 fingers there is because it gets you a little bit more used to awkward shapes within a solo you might be using. It's just a good thing to know how to do and to adapt to as well. So the full exercise is going to look like this. I'm going to do it slowly so you can come along with it. So that is the end of the video. I hope you found this useful and it helped you. If you did find it useful, then please drop a like and subscribe. That would be much appreciated. And let me know what you want to see in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.